everybody. So glad to be back doing the Q&As. This is going to be awesome. All these changes are just like, holy cow. So exciting. One of the reasons that I wanted to make this change is so that we could all connect behind the scenes. So one of the ways I thought we could do that, and I'm about to receive instructions. By the time I've made this video, I'll already have, right now I don't have the instructions because it's Sunday, but I should have them soon, and I'll probably spell it out in Instagram. Or I think I'm going to you've probably already heard a PMA video that explains everything. So ignore this if you already know how to do it, but Annie's trying to get in here. But I have the washing machine going, so I don't want to have all that noise. Hey, cutie pie. She's got her little paws sticking out under the door. Oh, there she goes. She only wants the attention for like a second, and then she takes off. So what I was thinking to do with the forum, I wanted to create a forum where everybody can chat and get to know each other. But I thought what would be kind of cool is to be able to, for you guys to put your first name, and then the last name is the initials of your state. So everybody who has the initials of your state, you can intentionally try to get to know them better, and maybe even, swap numbers or, things like that. So yeah, that's one of the big reasons I wanted to get this going. And, as you know, if you've watched my video, and I'm now a private membership association, private ministry association. But it's crazy. It's so cool. I love it. So, and some of you just cracked me up because some of you figured out behind the scenes ways to still place an order and get on my calendar. So over the weekend, this is Sunday, you know that. So over the weekend, I just kept seeing like these orders would get placed, and H was like, somebody got through the system, somebody cracked their code, they were able to place an order, and somebody got on the calendar, and somebody did this, and I was like, what are they doing? You guys are so resourceful. You'll find a way. You were determined. You will find a way. So now, hopefully, by the time this video comes out, you guys have total access to all the content and all the cool stuff. So, all right. So for those of you who haven't watched the PMA video, I'm now a private membership association of PMA, and you have to be a member in order to utilize my services and buy products and things like that. There are lots of new products: magnets, t-shirts, mugs, hats. And then you get 25% off of one order, whichever order you choose. When you become a member, you get an email that gives you a promo code to use. So have fun exploring all the new stuff. And yeah. And again, if anybody is interested in becoming a PMA themselves, you can see if you qualify or if it's a good fit for you if you go to thefreedompeople.org, and just you get a consultation with them, and they talk you through everything. And if you qualify, which a lot of people do and don't realize or don't know, so talk to them and see. All right, let me see what else I was going to tell you guys. So it is a really triggering time. It's a very triggering time. So just make sure you're taking good care of yourself, and also strive to be super self-aware. If you have a conflict escalating with somebody, one good way to stop it is to notice yourself getting aggravated or frustrated or upset. Whoa, it's raining and really blowing hard. So catch yourself feeling the feelings that are rising up in you. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what is it that I'm feeling? And say that out loud to the person. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling I'm misunderstood, and I'm feeling this or that, right? And then you ask the person, could you repeat back to me what you heard me say, and try to validate them, and hopefully they will validate you back. That's the best way to go about it, is if you can help each other feel understood, and you can listen and drop your defenses and try to try to just clarify. Try to clarify what, taking turns, not interrupting anybody, but just you go ahead and have your say. I'm gonna listen, and then I want you to also repeat back what you heard me say, kind of thing, and taking deep breaths the whole time. Okay. The other thing that I went through, I told you guys that I had gone through my storage and everything. One of the things that this thing did for me, this whole transformation I just went through, if you guys haven't watched my sabbatical video, you might get some inspiration from that. But I just went through a massive metamorphosis, and part of it that I came out with is I'm not going to eat anything unless it's the most delicious thing in the whole world. Like, so I'll get like a craving for something that's not like I'm hungry for it, but I'll just go, oh man, wouldn't that just be incredible right now? Or wouldn't that just be because I just drink fruit juice and water now. And so I'd be like, oh, grape juice, that would be the best, or, ooh, if I do go to eat, this is what's going to go on my list. And then you may, as you go along, you may eliminate something. You may just say, no, that doesn't sound good to me now that it's actually time. Like if you start eating once a month or once a week, then you'll be really, really picky about what you get to eat on that day. You'll be like, oh man, okay, no, I thought I wanted that, but I want this week. That's going to really hit the spot. And when you eat it, like, don't be distracted by TV or anything. Like really take in the flavors, chew slowly, chew thoroughly, and just love the heck out of your food. Bliss it, just love it, and just be like, here you go, body. I love you. Here you go. And then, yeah, so doing that has also had me doing that in every area of my life. So when I went through my storage, I was going through all these different items that I had, just basically rearranging everything. And I'm obviously not going to have like pots and pans or anything like that anymore. Got rid of almost all of my food. I got rid of so much, and things that I just felt like I'm not even going to use that now. My body is becoming very loose and limber now too. It makes you super flexible, and it makes you not sore anymore. And it just, you just become really loosey goosey. I could be a contortionist. So so I just was basically just reorganizing everything and purging everything, and I got loads of carloads full of stuff. So and I would just ask myself, do you absolutely love this? Do you love this? Is this your eyes rolling back in your head kind of love? And if it's not, it goes, or if it's too, if it brings up bad memories or hurts you, or this is a time of purging. We don't want anything negative in our lives, only good stuff, only the positive stuff, without sticking our head in the sand. Obviously, there are some things you need to change your perspective on in order for it to be a good thing too. So there's that too. But it's just made me like no nonsense. I can't even put up with nonsense anymore. I want my life to be rich and full and happy and vibrant, So if it's not that, then I'm out of here. So I don't know. Just thought I'd share that. And I always make these announcements in the beginning of my Q&A. If I ever disappear again, watch a Q&A, the beginning and maybe the end. I think I put about the sabbatical at the end. And probably because I wasn't sure if I wanted to tell, I didn't want to get too specific. I didn't want anybody to interfere with my process. I didn't want anybody to go. I wanted to, I put it at the end, I think, because if I made a big announcement in the beginning, I knew that everybody would be asking a bunch of questions maybe. So that's maybe why I snuck it in at the end. But I usually try to keep you guys in the loop if I'm going to disappear in a Q&A somehow. Either the beginning or the end. Okay, so. Okay, don't forget that I've got a Telegram channel and you guys can chat in there as well. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm going to share about that I was going to share about. So I don't think I need to say anything. Do it. Okay, now I'm feeling like I need to pull some oracle cards for you guys for some reason. So what You want to tell these guys? Oh, I was going to say also daily boosters, guys. You guys, wow, you guys have a cool, really, you have your very own little members area, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to put messages from spirit in there, not any kind of formal thing, but if there's anything I feel like you guys need to know about, then I will definitely, put that in there. You guys have a homepage, just like the regular members. You guys have a homepage where I would put up announcements and updates and things like that. But I'll also randomly put up something like, hey, watch out for your sacral chakra right now, or do what you can to, Spirit is saying you guys need to drink more water, or, stuff like that. Just, I don't know how that's going to work. But sometimes I'll get a message like that and I'll just send it out to you telepathically too. And like, God, it's always changing. Whatever I pray for you guys is always changing. And it's usually before bed and when I wake up that I send you guys messages and I involve you in the Qigong. So when I wake up, I do Qigong first thing. And during the Qigong, I am receiving information about you guys and blessing you guys during the Qigong. And I'm sending the healing energy to you. So that's kind of how that works. And then before bed, I say a prayer for you. But if throughout the day, sometimes it'll be like they need protection, or I'll hear a message about they need this or that. And if I happen to be around the computer or my phone, I'll put it in there and try to jot it down and put it in the messages from spirit. But sometimes it just happens so fast. And then I send out a message to you guys telepathically, or I send it, just pray for you guys and or both. So anyway, just so you know that that's there. Yeah. So, all right, the card that you got. Affirm through visualization, belief, and saying it out loud that you have all that you need and it will appear in your reality. Doubt is the only thing that can slow its arrival. So keep up your affirmations, everybody. Keep believing it. I've got a friend who really, wanted to let's say pass a test. She really wanted to pass a test. And so she was like, oh, I really hope that I do. And I was like, what are you hoping for? What, like, why would you hope? Why don't you manifest it? She's like, huh? Oh, sometimes we forget we have these tools. You can create the outcome you want, you guys. Just affirm it and believe it and say it out loud. Thank you, God, so much. I passed that test. I'm so relieved. And you will. So you can manifest what you say out loud and what you actually think, as long as you affirm it and you really believe it and you really feel it with all your heart. You guys just need to practice that art. And yeah, so we're master manifestors. We're actually created this way. We're supposed to be able to do that. So keep practicing it. Someone needs a bit of tough love if you're to love yourself and live life like you want to. So make sure that you're setting your boundaries. And sometimes it looks a little rough or a little tough, or you're going to have to say something that makes somebody cry, but it's the loving thing to do for them and yourself. So don't be afraid to assert yourself and set those boundaries, guys. You cannot live your life for anybody else. And what they think is important, and if it's not what you feel is important, you've got to put yourself as a priority. Now, if you have a partner, it's important that you be on the same page and that you guys can compromise with each other and go forward with whatever that is. But just, when you truly follow your heart, if you know in your heart of hearts that you feel very passionate about whatever the thing is, do the thing. Do the thing and tell the person, look, you need to learn to self-soothe here. You need to learn to take care of yourself. You need to learn to to talk to yourself in a certain way that makes yourself feel better. You got to be your own best friend. I can't be there for you. You cannot put that expectation on me. Like, another friend of mine was talking about how, if only through all this stressful time I'm going through, if only this person that I like would respond and help, or just offer moral support, or be there for me in some way, shape, or form. And I said, well, what would that look like to you? Oh, well, he would be like, you know what, honey, you got this. You got this. Don't you worry. And I believe in you, and would offer up a hug. She went into all the details about what that would look like. And I said, well, if you're if you're wanting that in order to feel better, then you're putting that on your partner and you're giving your power away to your partner. And then if they don't act that way or they don't behave that way, you're going to fall apart and you're going to blame all your stress on them. You're not being kind enough to me. You're not being nice enough to me. You're not putting your arms around me and holding me when I'm stressed out. You're not, and the list goes on and on. That's just our ego trying to put it on somebody else. So in a good, healthy relationship, you can take a look at that and say, what am I expecting or wanting from this person that they're not giving me? And give it to yourself somehow. We're all becoming self-sovereign. We're becoming sovereign and being self-governing and self-regulating, like my PMA. Each of us needs to do that for ourselves too, and just say, okay, so how do I need to best take care of myself and be that voice for myself? And you guys know, hand on your heart, I got you. You got this. You're going to do great. I believe in you. I believe in you. And I'm the one who is there for you. Nobody else will ever be there for you like you want. People will always fail you. And I don't mean that they're doing it intentionally or that they're bad people, but everybody has expectations, that go unmet, because nobody's going to be some kind of robot going around doing everything that you want and saying everything that you want. So don't put that expectation on other people. Learn to just stop when you're upset about something. I love you, even though you just got upset. I love you, even though you've got all this pressure on you right now. You got this. You're going to do great. Just do that for yourself. All right. Don't rely on anyone else to save you. I'm not even kidding. Learn to be your own best friend and savior. You have it all within you. You can survive this. Put your hand on your heart. Say it to yourself. You can survive this. You can do anything you put your mind to. You can make anything happen. You can manifest it. You can affirm it. Stake your claim on it. Okay, so we're talking to you through what you hear, taste, touch, feel, smell, sounds, colors, and numbers. So pay close attention. And when spirit urges you, you got to make a move on it. You got to do it. You can't just go, oh, isn't that great? I'm seeing so many great signs and all these wonderful things. Oh, how wonderful. And sometimes it is encouragement. Sometimes it's downloads. But if it's something you actually know that you need to take action on, it's time to take action on it. It's for some divine feminines. And if you guys don't know what I mean by that, look at my playlist on YouTube here called All About True Love. If you're a divine feminine, that does not mean pester your person. If you're getting a lot of signs and synchronicities, it just probably means the person's thinking a lot about you and that spirit's trying to encourage it somehow. But if you're the divine masculine, you're the one holding back. That's the universe urging you to do something. Okay. I got some grapefruit juice here. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Did you see my eyes roll back? I don't do something if my eyes don't roll back. Okay. So first reading today, first question. 4228. And I went easy this week. I didn't have as many questions this week because I knew that I was just coming off of this thing and I didn't know how it was going to be. So I was like, I'll just go nice and easy, which is why I've taken my time talking this morning. Okay. 4228. I keep seeing J's on my license plate. Is that J's or is that I's or is that L's? J's, I think. I can't see right now. My eyes got to get corrected next. So keep seeing J's on license plate. What does that mean? Well, okay, so let me feel into this for a minute. Usually it's supposed to remind you of something if you're seeing something repeatedly. And usually it's numbers like 223, 442. If you see a number a lot, go to Joanne's Sacred Scribes or just put in DuckDuckGo, Joanne's Sacred Scribes 442 or something like that. Like I've been seeing 1s and 5s like crazy everywhere oh my gosh, 105, 105.4. 1054. So case in point, when you see the numbers, there's a way to look them up. They don't really have a system for J's or for letters. So what does a capital J mean for you? is usually it's something the spirit, it talks to you in a code that you will understand. So I don't know what represents a J for you, but what just jumped in my head was Jaybird. If Jaybird means anything for you, hamashishena taike ela on son se me en papa en. Okay, so I just asked, should I get a message with some oracle cards? Now that's one thing you can do too if you have oracle cards at home. I would highly recommend my spirit deck. Those are also available in my store. All my oracle cards are. Okay, so let's just look at a couple spirit cards and I'll pull some oracle cards for you. Love and appreciate you, your body, and your circumstances just as they are. Change comes through radical acceptance. Be conscious of your breath and sensations in your body more often. Splitting your attention between your body and the material world increases your peace, vitality, and intuitive abilities. Oh, they said to working on your intuitive abilities. Was there somebody that used to help you or kind of mentor you, or a good friend who was highly intuitive that used to have a special ability? Because I feel like whoever that would be, they're pointing to you taking on those capabilities and abilities yourself. Pray for an epiphany so you can gain valuable, beneficial insights, and pray that it be made obvious. Well, there you go. Thank you, God, for telling me what the J's mean. If there's something that you keep seeing on a regular basis and something doesn't come to mind immediately about it, just say that prayer. Thank you, God, so much for showing me what that means. Thank you so much for all the epiphanies and realizations that I'm having. I feel so much lighter and more purposeful and more confident as a result. Okay, one more and then we'll look at the other one. You're on the right path to making your dreams come true. Yeah, I showed that to you just in case you don't believe me. Some of you can be skeptical, especially at this crazy time. They said for me to mention the threat about what was that? Oh, focus on your wellness. I want you to focus on your wellness. Oh, just go to my tribal chat. Go to my tribal chat. There's a message on there. I think is it about this? I don't know. I don't want to say the words on here, so never mind. Drop those control issues and use your affirmations and visualization to make they just said to get the results you want. They're showing a hamster wheel, so you're spinning out on something over and over and over, and they're wanting you to kind of jump off. The J can be a hook too. So like something's got you hooked in. You need to break off or get off the hook in order to go forward. Like you're flopping around like a fish, not getting anywhere, and you're wiggle, trying to break free. But they just want, they said rise above. They want you to rise above it by radical acceptance. Okay. Wellness again. Maybe it has to do with your health. Sensitive emotions and socializing. So I don't know, maybe that message that I said in the beginning of this video about, about getting in any kind of an argument or something like that with somebody and kind of calming yourself down in the moment. Wellness keeps popping up. Deep emotional healing, self-confidence through God confidence. Is somebody bullying you maybe? So, it says your heart is ready to heal from past experiences and you are willing to devote time and energy toward therapeutic care. So if I were you, one of the things that I would implement on a regular basis is just putting your hand on your heart and saying, I love you, like continuously all the time. I love you, even though I love you, despite I love you. I love this about you. I love that about you. I love this home you've created for yourself. Whatever you come up with. Self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So know that everything is purposeful, and know that there's one thing you can say when you're dealing with a bully. And that is, I respect your power. I got that from Matt Kahn. But I respect your power. Just say that. You don't have to say that to the person, but just say that around the person to them in your mind. I respect your power. Look at you, Mr. Performance Peacock. Look at you. and just feel like, okay, I respect that. I respect all that power you're trying to exude out here. Like it's, a lot of times it's even, people who it is people who feel disempowered and they feel like, they may be short, or maybe they were made fun of when they were younger, or, things like that. But somehow they feel disempowered. So when you put out that energy, like, hey, I respect you. I see your power, because it is powerful when they bully you. It's a form of power. So if you can just respect the power itself, and not like, you're not condoning the action necessarily, and the abuse of the power, but you're just looking at the power and respecting that. It really helps them. It helps settle them, and it helps them drop more into their heart space. For some odd reason, it just works incredible. So try it sometime. Anything else she needs to know? They said no. Okay. So there you go. Now, when you see all those J's, you can play this back again and be like, okay, so maybe this is what I missed. And that's the thing too, is we can put a definition on things too. When I see a blue jay, it means this. And when I see a pigeon, it means that. And when I see this, and that way, when spirit, you'll tell spirit, communicate with spirit and be like, this is what that means to me when this happens now. And they'll know anyway, but you could state it out loud if you want. And from then on, whenever you see the J's, or you see the this, or you see the that, that's what that means. So yeah. All right. 4237. My German Shepherd keeps getting a left ear infection. I no longer feed her chicken or poultry, and tried Finn allergy medicine. I'm not sure what to do for her, and if she could be allergic to poultry, beef, or lamb. What kind of food medicine or ear cleaner would be helpful for her? Okay. So energy work can heal anything. So let me work on that. Depending on like how many layers to something there is, sometimes you'll pull, like you have an elbow issue or something, you'll pull a layer off and you'll look into a past life and stuff, and the next day it's hurting again. So you peel off another layer and it's a whole different past life and a whole different issue. And then you peel off another layer and it has to do with actually something in your physical world right now. And then sometimes you'll get through like 4 or 5, 7 layers until it's completely gone. But it feels like your German Shepherd only has about two layers. So, and I love German Shepherds. Oh my gosh. I used to have 3 German Shepherds, a Maltese, and 5 cats. And I loved it so much. Okay. So let me just work. Well, let me figure out some of these other things for a second here. You no longer feed her chicken or poultry. How is that Finn allergy treating her? How is the Finn? Is the Finn energy, or is the Finn allergy medicine helping? Is the Finn allergy medicine helping? A little bit. I don't trust medicine. I really don't trust medicine, but I'm sure what to do with, I'm not sure what to get allergies, poultry, beef, or lamb. Is she allergic to poultry? Yes. Is she allergic to beef? No. Is she allergic to lamb? No. She might do well with duck. Would she do okay with duck? Yes. So you might want to try duck and see how that goes. Okay. So what I'm seeing for the infection also is I'm seeing that there's a powder that you can pour. It's a natural. You want to get everything natural. Don't ever get any kind of prescription or medicine, guys. So there's some kind of a powder that you could pour into her ear. That's a white powder. It might even be liquid at first and turns into powder. I don't remember how it works. I've seen it before. I think it might be in a green bottle, but I mean, don't go by that because I don't remember. Or maybe a wheat colored. I don't know. Just ignore the color part. And try to find out what that is. Is it a liquid that turns into I think it could be a liquid that turns into a powder somehow or something. I don't know. Anyway, let me do a blissing for her and see what we can do here. Wait, let's see. Okay. All right. Hip him on. She just like jumped on me right now. Tata and Baba Maanatai and Saseshkina. Okay, keeping notizen se ichinchela pepe inakaos. Sasana te. Oh, baba mama mana te ina ai. Shh. Ina te ke. Ele pintente ke ina ai ha pum pum. There have been some misunderstandings with her training. I would definitely use positive reinforcement with her. I think you maybe have tried that, but sometimes you get frustrated because she doesn't seem to understand you. It's not that she's not understanding you, it's that you're not consistent enough. And if a dog learns how to sit in your bedroom, it then needs to be trained how to do it in your living room, out in your yard with more distractions, out in a park with people and dogs around, out in the vehicle is a different, like every different environment with all the different distractions is a whole different sit. So don't assume that because she knows sit in one place, she'll know sit everywhere. It doesn't work like that. So be patient with her and try to teach her in all the different areas and with many, many distractions and no distractions at all, and every variant you can come up with. And then she'll truly know the command. Make sure that you're only saying it once, and then when she does it, you reward it. So, if you're trying to get her to sit, don't use the word if she's not going to do it. But say the word sit, take her treat, put it up above her head. When her butt goes to the floor, then you say, good girl. Okay. Good girl, sit. Good sit. So only say it one time and then know that she's going to do it or don't use it. And you can obviously get some training, or you need the training more than the dog does, because the person has to be reliable and consistent and all that kind of, you got to be smarter than your dog. And oftentimes the dog is smarter than us. So, but maybe try to study some positive reinforcement, because I feel like part of the ear issue is that it's like, I feel like you're saying something repeated to her that she's not understanding she's not getting it. She's not getting what you're asking her to do, and it gives her anxiety. So she doesn't want to hear it anymore. I don't know what that is. Maybe, typically it's like, stop barking. And they don't know, they're like, they don't even know what you're saying, but you're getting angry or whatever, or frustrated. And she's not a person. She doesn't understand. So she's like become a little bit distrusting of you and a little bit afraid. So, and it's a female that's doing it. So that's why I'm assuming that it's you. And it would be somebody training her. So I guess that's you. And I just got a yes. So try to understand her better. Don't yell at her about anything. Don't get frustrated about anything. Instead, study whatever that is. Cesar Milan's actually pretty good, even though he does that kind of thing. It works. It works with my cats. Like they don't like that sound. And if they're starting to claw something or something, I just, and they just immediately look, and then they stop doing what they're doing. So it's not like you're going up and whacking them or something like that. But I don't know. Caesar seems to understand. He seems to get it. So maybe, put a search in YouTube, Caesar Milan, barking or whatever the issue is, and see what he has to say. Yeah. So, and we need that too. Sometimes we need somebody to stop us in our tracks and be like, what are you doing? Oh gosh, I didn't even realize I was doing that. I wasn't even thinking. So anyway, it's that tough love thing a little bit sometimes. And some of this has to do with the past life. It feels like this is her second layer is a past life. And it's like there's a certain anxiety too that something's going to happen to her if she doesn't listen to you, but she doesn't understand what you're asking or saying. So she's scared of that. So it's like doubled up. It's like in the past life, you maybe told her to stop and she didn't stop and she ran off a cliff, for example. So then when she died, she's like, why didn't I listen to her? I didn't even know that that's what she was saying. She wasn't even speaking my language. So there's the frustration of you being frustrated or upset with her. And then there's also the second frustration of, I really desperately want to know what she's saying because I could die if I don't, So, So I just changed the timeline. I just changed her to going over and actually like being able to comprehend and pick up on your visuals, on your telepathic visuals sent to her, that made her stop before going off the cliff. So she didn't die this time. So it takes some of that anxiety away. Oh, there's something pink that she likes a lot that gives her a lot of comfort. I don't know if it's a blanket or a pillow or like with something that's kind of like Pepto pink color. You know, pink like this, maybe a little bit lighter than that. Anyway, whatever that is, it's like she wants it back or wants another one or wants it around more often or maybe wants her bed in that color, something like that. Anyway, okay. So hopefully she'll start feeling better soon. She tell you, is there any other thing she needs to do to her diet? No. I think if you correct these things, it's all going to work out and you'll see some improvements. They're also saying that no matter what, like these foods that they give them are just a lot of ground up meat has human meat in it. The other foods have grains. They don't need grains. They don't need vegetables. They don't, there's so much garbage in them. Natural flavoring, they all have natural flavoring, and that's not good stuff. So it's like we're doing what we can for now, but what I'm feeling is that they're going to come out with some better foods for animals later that's totally going to clear that up as well. So just for now, get by with what you can, and do it as organic and natural as possible, whatever food you get her. Okay, 4240. A true love check-in for your divine masculine. His birthday. Oh, that's funny. I happen to be doing it on his birthday. And I don't usually shoot these videos till Monday, so happy birthday to him, I guess, huh? All right, let's take a look at him. What's he thinking and feeling about her right now, please? What's he thinking and feeling about her? Well, he's going within right now, and he's feeling out, making some kind of decision. He's like on the fence about something, and he's trying to feel it out intuitively, although I doubt that he realizes he's using his intuition. Taking a step in the right direction, maybe coming out of hiding. He misses you. I feel that. Okay. You are his wish fulfillment, and in his heart's desires to make a commitment with you, to make you some kind of an offer. He says you can't refuse. Make her an offer she can't refuse. So his overall energy is that he's going through a massive transformation in order to make this thing happen because he really wants it so bad. He's trying not to worry. He's trying to go away from maybe some drama that used to be an issue for you guys before, whatever that drama would have been. It's like he doesn't want to keep bringing that back. He wants to do the right thing by you. He wants to talk to you with truth. He wants to give you clarity. He wants to feel a sense of victory. And funny enough, I have this picture of a guy about to walk off a cliff, right? Just like that dog. There's a dog too. So it's like he wants to have a good conversation with you before you guys go on this fresh start. He wants you to feel assured that you guys are going in a good direction, that he's been contemplating this for a long time, looking out at the distance at what could be. And he's really thought this through very thoroughly, and it's caused him to make a lot of changes in his life. You might be surprised. All the things that he's done to be closer to you and to make this life with you more comfortable, behind the scenes that you didn't know about, that was helping him come into his power more so that he could help you feel more comfortable as a queen in his life. Feel like lilies are standing up. You may want to look up what lilies stand for. A resurrection, because you have the death card here, and then the Ace of Pentacles kind of looks like something is rising up. It's a coin rising up. So opportunity rising up out of the, let's say, the shambles of what your relationship became. He wants to like resurrect it for a new beginning with some clarity. And giving you confidence that you can trust this connection. He's been heartbroken over this, whatever's happened between you guys, and he's trying to overcome it. Maybe you said some harsh things to him. Maybe you gave him a bit of tough love, and he's trying to overcome his ego right now and heal that and learn to do that instead of lashing out like maybe he used to do. He's trying to balance everything out, and he's going back and forth on whether he should come visit you or not. In person, he said. He wants to see you in person. So let's take a look at, do I have them here? Okay, I guess I don't. I must have them somewhere around here. My masculine cards are not here. Oh, I like doing the pet cards when I don't have the masculine cards. I know, that's funny. These are the pet cards that I have that are available in my store as well. Okay, pet cards, pet cards. Oh, do you love me? Oh, he's not sure you love him anymore. I love how you try to speak my language. We got a good thing here, you and I. I want to go more places with you. See how these correlate? It's so funny. I could use some warming up, please. So what I'm feeling with that is that when he does talk to you, he's going to want to be maybe silly and funny and lighthearted at first. He doesn't want to go right into the stuff that hurts. So he wants to get you laughing and maybe feeling better first. And then, you know, when you guys will know when it's the right time to talk about the heavier stuff. But definitely, like, he wants to build rapport with you again after everything you guys have been through. And he said, I definitely still love you, and I definitely still think about you, and I want to be together. So he may have some of the drama from before may have involved drinking, possibly, because that 9 of Cups. So, but if that's the case, he's overcoming that. He's overcoming that, getting a foothold on it. And he wanted to do that because he wanted you guys to get along and have harmony in your relationship, not bring about a bunch of conflict and drama. So that's commendable. Okay. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to say about this couple, this divine couple? Wow. He's making the decision to fight for you. And it may be against other people's opinions of what they feel like, who they feel he should be with. He wants to be with you. He wants to be passionate with you. He feels like he can be himself with you. So he's overcoming his insecurities or fighting the devil off in order to have his family, because he feels like this is destined. He almost feels like he could be a celebrity or something, or maybe it's just facing his ultimate demons. And I say celebrities because they are dealing with that whole satanic system, or they have dealt with it on some level, all of them. So, yeah, I just saw him strumming a guitar, thinking about you, and his heart just yearning for you a lot. Okay. So, and Spirit wants to say something else. Whatever you're seeing in another, see that it's also in you, both the good and the bad. See only you and not the differences between you, and you'll find peace. So, I always recommend doing Byron Katie's work, and that helps you to see yourself much more clearly and be much more self-aware. So, and it's very, very healing, and it helps you let go of negative thoughts about anything. So if you want to be in a really good place to have a good conversation with him when he does come forward to talk to you, I would definitely heal whatever you got to heal however you judge him needs to get healed. However he triggers you, that needs to get healed before he comes forward, if at all possible. Now, that's all Divine Feminines, you guys. So once you're a member on my site, go to the videos page and check that out, because I have all the main, that like the 3 most highly recommended videos for true love relationships. You could check those out. Okay. 4242, good number. I'd be looking that up. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the work that you do. You've helped me so much. My first question is on behalf of my sister. She asks, I have an adult child with 4 children. An adult child? Oh, a real adult child. I thought you meant a husband. It's funny. That's where I went. Oh my God. I have an adult child and 4 children with 4 children. And we live in, well, maybe that is what you meant. And we live in squalor. I also live with a man that won't step up to the plate. Okay. Okay. So also live with a man that won't step up to the plate. Will they ever step up to the plate so it will get better? Okay. First thing that comes into mind is that manifestation thing, using the affirmation, thank you, God. And it works. It really does work. Thank you, God, so much that my husband's really stepping up the boyfriend, whatever. Okay. Thank you, God, so much that he has really impressed me. Oh my gosh, he has become so much more responsible. He is really, I can't believe how much he's helping me around the house. He is just, whatever you want him to be doing, just thank God that he's doing it. Thank God that he's doing it. Like, picture yourself saying it as if he's already transformed and become what you want. Oh my gosh, thank you, God, that he's so much more mature now. I'm so relieved I don't have to leave him. Thank you that he's really starting to participate, and he's being a good listener, and he really cares about what I have to say. And he, just, I'm so relieved. I'm so glad. Otherwise, I mean, if he's just a man and he's not your husband, if he doesn't step up, then you got options, right? So I don't know. It's really a time to kind of hone in on what you truly want. So don't put up with any bad behavior. I don't know what he's doing, but I would definitely either try to affirm it into manifestation, try to manifest it by affirming it and saying it out loud, and thanking him for every wonderful thing that he does do, and being really appreciative. Do it with your son, do it with your kids. Thank you, God, that you brought me all the money that I've ever needed. Thank you that I'm so reassured all the time. I have so much more confidence. I see clearly. I'm so excited about my future. I really feel so close to my family. I'm so glad that we all open up to each other, and we feel so close to each other, and we have dinner together every night, or whatever your ideal is. Just be affirming it a lot and really feeling it. And I do feel that they're all separate, they're all different, but the man, let's address that one. The man, I'm not sure if the grown child is the man. So let me just ask about each. Is the grown child ever going to step up? Well, see, now I don't know if that's the best question, because that could be 20 years from now. Maybe he steps up in 20 years, and we don't know what you mean by step up. So it would be good to ask a more specific question, but I do feel regarding whatever she's referring to as stepping up is the grown adult child going to actually do those things that she's thinking? Is this person ever going to meet her expectations? I feel like a yes, but I do also feel a no. So sometimes yes, sometimes no. But I also feel that there needs to be some healing within you in the way that you get triggered about it. So there needs to be, I would look up on YouTube, look up my thank you, God, for my misery, and list all the advantages and benefits as to why it's perfect just the way that it is right now, because radical acceptance will help it change. I would watch Matt Kahn's video, Respecting the Shadow. It's a total game changer. Somebody said that recently, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. You'll look at the shadow side, the shadow stuff much differently after seeing that video, and you'll laugh your butt off. He's got such a great sense of humor. So does Spirit, which is probably why he has a great sense of humor, because he's filled with spirit. Anything else? So some of this is just a lesson for you. And it's like, once you get your lesson, the whole thing starts to get better. Okay. So with the man that you're referring to, getting better? Is he gonna step up in the way that she is hoping for? Is he gonna step up in the, he actually kind of feels like he'll do as much as he can to get by. It reminds me of that movie Office Space, where it's like, you just don't have enough flair, there's 5 required and you only have 4 or 5 flair. So it's like, and then he's grumbling the whole time. So it kind of feels like that man that you're with he's got a lot of resistance to whatever it is that you're asking him to do. He's digging in his heels. He's pretty stubborn. I don't know if that's the kind of person that you want. You know what I mean? Like somebody who won't work with you, somebody who can't set their ego aside enough to just be like, you know what? That would be a better way for me to be, because things would go smoother for me. They would flow better. Our communication would get better. I'd have more joy. I could understand things and not be so aggravated, There are some things that he feels like you're being too controlling, and he feels like you're being too picky, and he's kind of irritated by it. So I don't know if either of you are really all that happy. I mean, I would do the same thing with him. Thank you, God, for my misery, and list all the reasons why it's perfect just the way it is. And, I really don't, I see him improving enough that you'll give him kudos. Oh, honey, thank you so much for taking out the garbage like I've been asking. Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, I got credit. Now I'm going to pull back. I'm not going to do it anymore. And then you're like, oh, and it's this constant like struggle with it. I don't know. You either got to accept the situation as it is, or you just got to move on. And I would imagine that that'd be tough with 4 kids, because he's probably helping out here and there, and he's probably kind of become part of the family or whatnot. So, would she be better off without this guy eventually in the long term? Yeah, I think so. I think he's kind of like a dead weight you're pulling around. He's like having another kid. And he's not a good example for the kids. The kids are growing up seeing that him being lazy and being stubborn and stuff, and they're going to take on some of those traits. So, okay. So hope that helps. Next question, same person. Next question. My son has a master's degree in education. He got a teaching job right after graduation, but was fired after a year. He tried to get another teaching job, but it's as if he's been blackballed. He now works at a coffee shop and does not look for paying jobs, other paying jobs. He's not working at the coffee shop for free, is he? He now works at a coffee shop and does not look for better paying jobs. Gotcha. What kind of job is my son good at or supposed to be doing? Good question. Okay. Tiki Mama and Sansei Lakins. I actually feel like he'd be a good owner of a coffee shop. He likes working with customers. He's good with customers. He's good with the people who work there. He's good with the owner, the manager. He's hardworking. He'll still use his teaching abilities. He'll just use them maybe in different ways, or like for fun, or as a hobby, or maybe he'll teach an online class. I feel like he needs to not get so much pressure from you. If you lay off the pressure and just encourage him to follow his heart and to just like, what inspires you, honey? What do you want to do? Even if it doesn't pay anything, like don't put the pressure on money. Because that pressure is just kind of like a teacher standing over your shoulder being like, okay, when are you going to come up with the right answers on this test? When are you going to do this right? When are you going to do that? It just it crushes them. It crushes their spirit and makes them feel like they can't do it. It's hard for people to operate under pressure like that. I mean, some people enjoy that, but it doesn't feel like he does. So I would just really encourage him to follow his heart. If he's really into, playing an instrument, or if he's really into like a sport or anything like that, I would encourage it. If he draws cartoons, have him, encourage that, get him some drawing tools So it's usually somebody will usually gravitate that towards that which makes them happy, you know, and that which makes you happy can make you money. If you can learn how to if you follow like the intuitive steps and guidance, you'll be given these little cracked open doorways, you know, like he'll be going down his hall of life and he'll see like a little cracked door open and there's an opportunity in there. If he sees the crack in the door, he can walk in and kind of peek and be like, that looks interesting, let me go in there. And then he's going to find more and more opportunities as he follows that. But so I would just be affirming, thank you, God, that my son has found the perfect thing for him. I'm so happy for him, and he's able to make as much money as he wants to. There's no limit to how much he can make. He's proud of what he does. He feels really good about himself. And oh my gosh, I get to talk to him however often, once a week. And he always gives me these great reports. And I'm just so excited for him. And I'm so happy for him. And I know he's going to find the perfect family, that he's going to create the perfect family, or, you know, whatever he wants. Just really encourage him in what he truly wants and take the money out of it. Take a career out of it. All the stigma that our society puts on people, I would take all that off of him and just be like, honey, just follow your heart. Just follow your heart, listen to your intuition and see what pulls you. What are you interested in? And if you ever hear him mention something about being interested in anything, whatever it is, buy him a book on it, you know, because that could be the ticket. If he's like, oh, I saw this really cool cheetah the other day, get him a cheetah book, you know. If he sees a really cool lighthouse and he's like, God, lighthouses are so beautiful, aren't they, Mom? You can be like, here's a book of lighthouses, you know, and it could very well, you could just happen to plant the seed of inspiration for him to go do something. Maybe he's going to start building lighthouses. You know, not everybody ends up using their certificate, but I do feel he will. I do feel he's going to be some kind of a teacher. It just may not be in the way that you guys might have been thinking. So, but that degree, you know, sometimes that gives somebody confidence, or maybe it gives them the credibility when they go to do the teaching thing later. But I would definitely do the thank you, have him do the thank you, God, for my misery exercise on being fired as a teacher. Why that's a really good thing. All the benefits and advantages as to being blackballed was a good thing. Why being blackballed in that industry was a good thing for him. And it could shake loose the negative parts of it, the negative feelings from it, and help him to see that his higher self took him through that experience on purpose for a reason. And he just had to discover what that is. So, okay. All right. Next question. My husband passed away in a car wreck on Father's Day night. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I miss him so much. Does he have a message for me? All right, let me talk to him, and then I feel like I need to get some messages from Spirit here, from my Spirit deck. Oh, he says, I miss you so much too. You know, what's funny is not funny, but what the expression that I saw was, there's a movie, Can't Buy Me Love. I forget the guy's name who's in it, Patrick Dempsey. And that part where he crushed her, she was in the bathroom and he said the mean thing or something, and the big blowout, the big blowout. And when he goes to apologize to her, and the way that his face just falls and he's like, oh, like, you know, that night, you know, it's like I'm getting chills everywhere, but he's portraying that. I don't know if that was a movie you guys loved or something, but that that he does when he goes to apologize to her afterwards, that's the face he's got right now. That's the expression he has right now and the way that he's doing it. So maybe watch that movie. And in that, yeah, it's so sweet. He is what? Saying something about putting work before you, like he wishes he wouldn't have done that, but he was really trying to provide, like he was really trying to, putting money first has been a theme, I guess. He wishes he would have gone on a lot more vacations and done a lot more of the fun stuff. He let his stress get to him and bring it home, and he's upset with himself about it. He hopes that you'll forgive him. He really was coming from a good place though, and he knows you know that. It's just he also is saying to don't become like him either. Like it feels like you might be an entrepreneur, or he's encouraging you to be an entrepreneur. And he's like, you can do it, but please make sure that you are taking time for having fun and for, being with your future partner, spending some time alone with you, having fun. Pray for an epiphany so you can gain valuable, beneficial insights, and pray that it be made obvious, he's saying, also to help you. Anything else you want to convey with these cards? If you were someone else, what would you think of your life? So maybe just pull back away from your situation, pretend to be someone else looking at your situation. What would you change? What would you reorganize, or what would you do different? Yeah, he's like, there's no use looking back at the past, because everything has to change now. It all has to go forward. It all has to take it as an opportunity to have a metamorphosis and to start a whole new life, a whole new way to decorate things, a whole new way of drinking your coffee in the morning or making your coffee, or a whole new way to go on walks. Like you could become a whole new person and attract a different partner who's going to be vastly different than him, and have a whole new fresh start. He said, ask more questions from spirit to gain clarity about this instead of judging or assuming anything. Maybe this is about your son. Ask him a lot more questions even. What is it that you love doing? What do you, try to inspire it out of him. And that's another thing. There's that saying, don't try to see through people, try to see people through. Don't just point at somebody and say, oh, you're like that. I see you. I see that bad side of you. Don't do that. Find yourself doing that, because that's you pointing a finger at them. That's actually something in you that's unhealed. If you're noticing it somebody else like that and you're judging it, that means you have it, not them. Well, them too, possibly, but it's being pointed out because you have it in you. So catch yourself doing that, trying to make it somebody else's problem, and take a good look at yourself. How much is Shayna and what they're triggering in you about you. And, ask those clarifying questions to help him, to help inspire him, not blame him and not shame him at all. You're on the right path to making your dreams come true. And he just said, and I'm going to see to it. I just saw like a tree fort or something, like a tree, like building a home in a tree or something. Some like Swiss Family Robinson, kind of like just having fun building something with fantasy, maybe something that you've always wanted to do. He's going to help you achieve that. You're handling yourself better than you think. Keep it up. And he said, and I'm holding your hand through it. He said, can you feel me? Always align with your highest truth and speak from that place for the best outcome for everyone involved. Live your truth. What? There. Okay. Anything else you want to say? No, he did say you could do a divine guidance council meeting. You can look that up here on YouTube with my name. So Amy Satori, Divine Guidance Council. Go to do that and then ask specifically to talk to spirit about your husband or to talk to your husband. It might be too hard to talk to him directly, but you might ask spirit about him and you might get some really cool messages. Okay. 4243. Hi, Amy. I hope you had a wonderful time off. I wouldn't call it that. And made some amazing memories during that. I did. I definitely have some amazing memories of miraculous things happening during that time. Welcome back. I'm wondering if I can get a true love check-in spread on my divine masculine, and thank you. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. Say hi to your little one for me. Okay, so what does he want to say to you right now? What's he wanting to say? What is your man wanting to say to you? I see waves, waves. He's feeling waves of energy. I think he's starting to pick up on his intuition more. I feel like he lays down sometimes and he feels a vibration healing. Now that's funny because when I went through my fast, they have you lay down and feel the waves of energy going over you while spirit is healing your body. So he must be healing something that was an insecurity of his before. And it may have been something around him listening to his intuition. Maybe you were encouraging him to do that and he was insecure about his abilities to be intuitive. But he's balancing that out. I feel like he may have even been a little defensive, and now he wants to start again and give it a shot again and be more open to whatever this is. Okay. So I haven't even done the spread yet. Oh, he has a lot of regret. Yeah, he feels bad. He may have even lied to you or hid something from you, but he wants to heal it. He wants to get vulnerable with you and tell you what everything was about. He misses you like crazy. He may want to surprise you somehow with this new beginning. He may want to kind of sneak up on you. And it feels like he's been doing some work behind the scenes to plot and plan coming out of his hiding. He wants to go to the next level with you and heal things. It's just like I almost feel like he wants to make you take some time off for you so you guys can spend some time together to heal this. Like, don't even work. I don't even want anything else to be a focus. I just want like a full week or a full 3 days or 4 days, even just spending time together and just rekindling this and healing it and working on it. He recognizes too that a lot of times he doesn't believe in himself, or that he puts himself down, or like he has a lack mentality, or he has had a lack mentality, and he knows that to be with you, it kind of calls him up to be a more positive person. And I think he's surprised how well that goes. I think he's like pleasantly surprised by that. So I think he's thinking of marrying you or moving in with you. But he's really giddy about the thought of that and wants to make you a romantic offer, ask you out for dinner or something. But he just thinks you're so mature. He's thinking of you right now. Actually, he's probably feeling me do this. But he thinks about you a lot, and he's just wants the strength to start again, to have that passionate new start and have you forgive him for whatever's gone on, for breaking your heart, basically, by not giving back to you. Like maybe he didn't give you an answer to something, and he knows that would have broken your heart, kept him up at night, tossing and turning. It may have had something to do with work, or maybe him having to cooperate with you. And he was like unwilling. Maybe his pride got in the way because that lion. But he's definitely he's learning to love himself, and that love for you is going to be pouring out from that love for himself that he's coming to. Yeah, he wants the end of a difficult period and to make you a an offer of commitment. Anything else that he wants to say? Let's look at some pet cards. Okay, so let's see. What does he have to say with the pet cards? Could you please find me a friend? I think what he's saying is that he's lonely. He's really lonely, and that he misses you, and that you really truly treat him like a really good friend. I'm scared of something that's outside, but coming too close to our home for my comfort. So some of these things, some of these ideas and concepts, I feel like were foreign to him, and they were getting a little too close for his comfort. So he rejected those ideas. You make me smile inside. Oh. I love that one. I understand what you say to me most of the time. Most of the time. That's good. He gets you. I miss how close we used to be. Yeah, he wants to rekindle that connection. Could you please grab me a surprise while you're out and about? So maybe get him a gift in anticipation of him coming back. Maybe that would mean a lot to him. Oh, isn't this interesting? I think a pet who's living with us, or who lives with us, with someone close to us, needs a new home, don't you think? I don't know what that means. I mean, maybe, hopefully it's not your daughter, But somebody who lives with somebody needs to find a new home. So maybe he's living with someone who needs to find a new home, or maybe he has a pet that was causing problems, or you do, or something like that. I don't know. That's pretty funny. Okay, so I'm going to clean up these cards and we'll go to the next question. In order to get a question, you guys, now you'll need to become a member of the Private Membership Association. Just so you know, but it's still available. It's still on my website and everything, but you just can't gain access unless you're a member now. Okay, 4252. Is this guy blank from Salisbury going to be the one I am with, the one who wants to be with me? Okay, so is this guy, we're going to do a true love spread on him. Is he the one who she's going to be with? Is he the one that she's going to be with? I get a yes, but I do feel it could take a little bit of time. 1 to 3 years. Years, months, years, years, months, days, weeks, years, months. It could be months. I think it's months. Sorry, 1 to 3 months. But maybe plan on it being 1 to 3 years so you don't have those expectations. You know what I mean? It's nice to put things off into the future so that you're not sitting there waiting around. You don't want to be in that waiting energy at all. You gotta just know that it's coming, you know? Okay. All right. He's looking to make you an offer. He wants to ask you out, go on a date, apologize for something. He feels like you are his ultimate happy family with the 10 of Cups. Wow, I can't get better than that. 10 of Cups is like being so fulfilled and satisfied and happy with that person, you know, or with your life. Then you've got the World in his actions. So he's wanting to heal things. He's wanting to close out a cycle. He's wanting to be totally vulnerable and honest with you. He wants to lay a burden down. He wants to go to the next level with you, you know, maybe move in or have a relationship or get married even. But he's heartbroken that he lost his family. He feels he's lost his family with you. But he wants to go away from the heartbreak and go very quickly forward into lots of communication. He may want to surprise you, who may be plotting and strategizing as to how to lay all these other people's opinions down, other people not mattering anymore, or having any kind of a weigh-in. So like he wants to tell you some of the things that have been going on behind the scenes. He doesn't necessarily want to tell you everything, but he wants to come clean about some things. Maybe he even lied about, or like, you know, the white lies, or by omission. There may have been some things he avoided telling you because he didn't want to hurt you. And it may have involved other people maybe not liking you, possibly. Maybe even third parties putting pressure on him, like come back to me, and him feeling like people pleasing them. But he knows that's really immature. Like you don't go back to someone just because they're trying to threaten you or because they're begging and pleading, you know, if that's not the person I want to be with. You make him really, really happy. And I think the idea of having kids with you is very exciting for him. And he thinks about you all the time and he's always thinking about those wonderful memories you guys have together. He's trying to have the strength to balance this thing out and you know, trust God to give him the words to say to help you guys get over whatever's happened. He really feels like you're his ultimate dream come true. And he's like this battered warrior going to you with a message across the desert after having, you know, been parched for days, and he finally makes it to you. It's like, I will walk 500 miles and fall down at your door. This is him. That's how he's feeling about your journey. He doesn't want to lose you. He's going to make a judgment call to make you some kind of an offer. So again, it's like within 4 months, let's just say within 4 months, he'll be trying to give back to you and trying to, you know, trying to end the separation and, or end if you guys are already together, then there's just he's burdened by something that he hasn't totally been honest about, and he needs to come clean, and he will within the next 4 months. How negative will she see it on a scale of 1 to 10? A good 4 or 5, a substantial, but it's not like you're going to fall apart necessarily, but, he's having to come to terms with whatever this is. So yeah, just prepare yourself, I guess. Yeah, he's really afraid to tell you. But it does feel like when he does tell you, you'll be able to get over it and you'll feel really good about it. It just may take you a few days. You may have to tell him, I really got to think about this for a little bit. And then a few days later, you guys can come back together and you'll have, you'll feel like, okay, here's what I think we could do, or here's the way I'm going to look at it, kind of thing. Okay. Got to drink again. Okay. All right. 4257. Hello, Amy. I am a part of your daily boost. Yay. With your, okay. That's the thing I was going to mention too, real quick. A little note about the daily boost is that it's now its own member area. And I think I mentioned that earlier too, but in case you didn't watch the beginning, it's its own member area now. So when you go to the website, when it's up and running, you're going to have to re-enroll in that at your anniversary date. So whenever you can always ask H what your date is when your subscription is up, because I canceled everybody. But at the end of that, you'll have to renew by going in and getting the new daily boost. So, okay, with just general guidance and protection, and how many times over the last few months I can literally feel your energy and it stops me in my tracks. Oh, she says, thank you, dear. That is awesome. I'm so glad. My question is, I am in between homes and living in an RV traveling and have met a man that has joined me in Mississippi. I'm in between homes and living in an RV. Okay, traveling, and that's so fun. Met a man that has joined me in Mississippi. How fun. What an adventure. I have found a property that should work for my humanitarian project. If the currency revaluation comes through, is this scenario with the state property and new relationship in my future, should I keep looking? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Well, thank you for being a part of the Daily Boost. I love that you can feel me like that. That's just amazing. I get the coolest reports about it. Okay, so is this a guy that she's going to be with? He's an option. He's definitely an option for sure. I feel like he could be like a soulmate. If you look at yeah, if you're in the website and you go click on the videos, it's in there. It describes all the different true love people, and soulmates are just a type. So I feel like he could be a soulmate type. I see you guys having a whole heck of a lot of fun. He does have a very immature side to him though. So I think it gets a little bit irritating for you. How much he can kind of throw these childish tantrums, but he's very easy to manage. I think if you can crack the code on how to calm him down, and how to, kind of deal with him and deal with the childish episodes, then I think that, I think it could really work, long term. Yep. I think it could be a good thing. In terms of the property, is the property a good property? Yeah, the property is definitely a good it's a starting point. You know what? If you guys are a part of my humanitarian group on Telegram, I might announce this on the humanitarian, because I have a humanitarian chat on Telegram. If you guys want to join that, you have to be a Zim holder. So please do not ask for the link if you don't have Zims. But I would love to know where you guys, if anybody is buying property in a particular state, let me know. I'm going to start making a list, so because we could start working together, or building communities or whatever. So I want to know what you guys are working on. If you could just let me know. You could let me know privately, or you could let the group know, however you want to do that. And then we could all work together. Why not? That's some of the things that we could talk about in the forum. So that might be the name of one of the forums. I don't know how to create categories yet. So, but we should definitely have a discussion of where each of us is going to have like all these different properties and things like that. So, yeah, it's going to be, they just said blossoming and blooming. So that property is going to be a really great starting point. But I do feel, geez, I don't mean to overwhelm you, but I think you're going to have a lot more properties. Let's just put it that way. I don't even want to tell you how many, because you'd be like, what? I'm not, no way, but you're not going to have to do all the work. You're going to have a lot of people working for you, and you're just going to basically kind of duplicate your model all over, I see mainly in the United States. They're clapping for you. In some ways, it's like you're putting your blinders on to some of the scary stuff going on in the world, and you're just completely focusing on what you're trying to create. And they're saying, kudos to you for getting over some of your fears and insecurities of the past and some of the lack mentality you used to have a long time ago. But they're saying whistle while you work. If you've been like humming or singing or doing anything like that, they're like encouraging you, like, keep that up. It really does well for your energy. Everybody should be laughing and singing and humming as much as possible. It really helps. And they said you're also like an audio sound kind of person. So they're encouraging you to like learn some qigong, where you make sound. You tone. I know that my Qigong master, Ming Tonggu, from the Qi Center, he has toning classes. He puts on courses for toning sometimes. So I would do something like that. It's somehow going to help you with what you're going to be doing. Okay. Just two more questions. Okay, 4258. Hi, Amy. I would like a true love check-in for my divine masculine. Our communication is becoming less frequent, and I'm not sure why. Hey, you're one of the people who snuck into my system before while the website was under construction. I don't know how you did that. Good job, though. I would like, a true love check-in. Our communication is becoming less frequent, and I'm not sure why. I'm waiting on divine timing through all this. Will he ever tell me how he feels? So I'm going to go get my masculine deck real quick. Hang on. Okay, so this might be confirmation for somebody, but I just got, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So if you're wondering what insurance company to go with, maybe that's, it's State Farm, I guess. Just randomly popped in my head. I have no idea why. Okay. Or it could just mean insurance, that maybe just is the only jingle I know regarding insurance. Okay, so first of all, actually, let me do his spread, and then we'll look at some ghoster cards. Well, he's thinking that, I feel like he feels like you're better than him, like too good for him, like you got it going on, like you can manifest stuff, and you can, it's like you have a lot of optimism about whatever you want to do. You feel like you can conquer anything, do anything, go anywhere, like, and he's a little intimidated by that. He also feels like you're really good at setting boundaries. He's not so good at that. He really looks up to you a lot. And sometimes you really say it like it is, and it hurts, because he has a lot of people in his life who try to like fluff things up for him and don't even necessarily tell him the truth. So he really looks up to you for really, getting to the heart of things and really saying it like you mean it. He appreciates it, but sometimes he's not really used to it. So it like hurts. So maybe sometimes cushion the blow a little bit. You can still say the truth, but, maybe, consider that he's a little bit sensitive. Maybe he's also, in his heart space, he's really making a decision right now. He's working on making a decision to get really vulnerable with you and just tell you what's been on his heart. He also wants to go to the next level. Every single one of you who've been ghosted right now is your person wants to apologize and go to the next level. And they never go anywhere, you guys. Your true love will never go anywhere. He's working on not holding back from you anymore. He's working on that. He's actively trying to manifest being as mature and grounded and positive as you are. He really looks up to you and puts you up on a pedestal. He knows that that's an issue. He knows he's got his insecurities about that, and he wants to stop. He wants to stop doing that, and he really wants to like build his own abundance within himself, his own ability to manifest things and things like he wants to be as magical as you are, I guess. And you're also quite vulnerable and honest with him, and he's not quite used to that. There's somebody in particular in his life that he knows he has to cut out. I think it's an ex-girlfriend or an ex-lover or something. Somebody he needs to have boundaries with, serious boundaries with. It's somebody who's kept him stuck before and dreaming of you. So maybe somebody that he was with before you or something. But he really wants to be committed to you, and he wants to be serious. He wants to be like totally in his power, and he regrets not being like that before, because before he was being a people pleaser and maybe have a third party, or maybe of partying, or maybe, like pressure by friends, like go party, have fun. And maybe he acted really immature and said some really stupid things, harsh things even, but he knows you're his true love. So it's like, this is unstoppable. He will speak his truth to you and unstoppably go forward because he's had some epiphanies and realizations about this situation. I feel like he's growing up, just done a lot of growing up, and he really wants to offer you that commitment, making a judgment call to heal things with you, and or break up with somebody, officially break up with somebody, or be really stern with somebody who is kind of an ice queen, not somebody good for him at all. He settled for her because she puts him down, and he tells her she thinks of him what he thinks of himself. So he was taking the abuse, but now he doesn't want to do that anymore. He was confused when he was doing that. He was confused, and now he's getting more into his integrity and loving himself more. So he's wanting to take inspired action. So he's just planning and plotting on how best to do this. It's burdening him that this is breaking your heart, and he knows ignoring you is really hurting you, and he knows that you're just so mature and beautiful about this, and he feels really bad. He feels bad for what's going on, and he's going to give you the clarity that you're looking for and have that new beginning. So I wouldn't worry about it. So let's look at some masculine cards now. I have to take care of a child matter right now, or someone who's dependent on me. I bet she guilt trips him or something. I can't move forward until it's taken care of, and I feel like it's stabilized. Thank you for your patience. I'm going through somewhat of a financial crisis or a restructuring right now, and might even be changing jobs or careers. As soon as I feel stable, I'll reach out and see how you are. So, he sees you as very successful, established, and all that. He wants to be at your level. He wants to be as successful as you are, in all ways. I wasn't anticipating feeling so intensely about our connection. I've never felt anything like this before. It's so incredible. It's also a bit overwhelming. So just let me catch my breath a minute. I've been putting messages out publicly that are meant for your eyes only. I hope you're getting them. Please keep a lookout for any memes, stories, posts, or songs, because I'm trying to let you know that you're on my mind. I want to make love to you like you've never experienced before. I want intimacy in every way possible with you. I just want us to know each other like no one else has known us before. Okay, so sometimes he's felt like he dreams of a future with you, but sometimes wonders if it'll ever amount to anything. He knows that he'll get a second wind, but he's feeling a bit discouraged right now. He's doing his best to stay positive. So again, with that positivity, it's like he feels like he's got to meet your level of positivity to be with you. So he's also felt like choosing you would take him in the wrong direction in his life, and that you would take him off course, which is why he was, safe in a toxic situation, but looking out at you, kind of wishing things would come together. So, and he feels sometimes with you, he feels unsafe, fragile, and vulnerable, being totally out of his element in terms of the way he can express himself emotionally. He's figuring out his way through this illusion and into his power. Please don't stop this. Please stop doubting this connection, because it makes him doubt too. He plans to call or visit within a matter of weeks if all goes as planned. He's just having to bring a lot together behind the scenes. But please just know that I'm coming, and just be happy and know that I'm on my way. So he just said, I will return to you renewed and replenished and ready, stronger and more positive. Okay. How much is she not taking? Okay. He loves you. He loves you, and he wants to come forward and tell you just how much he loves you. And to try to see how your lives could go together, because there are things about your life, there always is in true love. The masculines have to get over something with their ego, like they have to, choose you over their work, or, maybe they think that you're at a different location, or your age differences. There's always some kind of a vast difference that the masculines have to get over. He just doesn't realize that. So, but once he sees it that way, or once he sees that, I would do anything for true love, I just need to make the sacrifices I need to, and it's only my ego that wants the old, then he'll be really gaining some headway. So I don't know if you guys ever will have a chance to talk about that, but you could even say I read somewhere, or I heard somewhere, that in true love relationships, the masculine's major challenge is to get over something that their ego is trying to hold them to. So I don't know. You'll have to see if that pops up in a moment. I would watch the video on my website, The Divine Masculine's Ultimate Test. It'll help you understand that whole process they have to go through. I mean, we did it too, but we kind of do it in a different way. We go through like abandonment and feeling insecure in a different way. But anyway, we all have to like transform to be with each other. Okay. 4262. No, this is the last one, and then we'll do a general blessing. 4262. Hi, Amy. I am assisting my elderly parents and working to include the possibility of them moving in with me, which I so want to do. My older brother with addiction issues does not approve of my parents moving in. He lives with them. Oh gosh. There's a part of him that is trying to improve his life, but the other irrational part is making it very challenging for me. I feel stuck, and I'm not really sure how to deal with my brother. I wonder if my parents' hope is that he will improve and live successfully on his own. Can you please share any guidance on whether I'll have constructive progress with all this in 2022? Thanks for all you do for humanity. You're welcome. Okay, so okay. He just said, I'm not ready for them. It's like they're holding his hand. Maybe they're helping him pay for things, or helping him be responsible or something in some way. So it's like taking off the training wheels, but it's definitely time, because I feel like they would be more relaxed with you, more content. They would be rest at ease. They worry about him. Yeah, it's a stressful situation. It's not something that they're like, they don't go home every day and feel like they look forward to going home. It's like, oh, we're going home. So, but with you, they'd be like, oh, we're going home. Like, how lovely. So I think for their sake, you got to try and fight for this. And I feel like he needs to be encouraged to go out on his own now. Like he needs to, because I do feel he is actually ready. I feel like Spirit is saying he's ready. He just needs that little nudge in the right direction, like a little bit of tough love. Um, I feel like they'll break loose from him. I feel like they will. I feel like you need to have a talk with your brother, like really drop into your heart space and drop, like, work on any kind of triggers around that situation. Just like do a lot of Byron Katie on it, or do the thank you God for my misery exercise on it, until you actually feel no angst around it. You feel really good and kind of anchored in truth and love. And then you go meet him, maybe face to face if it's possible, or Zoom with him, and just say, I think you're ready, brother. I think you're ready to make it on your own. And I want to provide our parents with a really cushy, cozy, peaceful home environment now. And I think they deserve that. And I really would be there for them and prepare their meals and do, whatever you're going to do for them. And help him to see that it's positive for everybody, and it can be a fresh new start for him, and get him inspired to have his own place, and talk to him about his hobbies and interests and what he can get involved with, and the different ways that he can start taking care of himself, and how proud you're going to be of him, and how, just give him a boost of confidence, like help him to know that you're totally supportive of him, that you love him, and that you'll be there for him. They'll continue to be there for him as well from a distance, but that they need more care right now, and they need peace of mind. You know, even you might even say, gosh, can you imagine how burdened they must be thinking about you all the time and worrying about you? Do you really want them to spend this age, this time in their lives worried about their son who lives with them, who's addicted to things? I feel like they kind of deserve to relax and be peaceful and be happy right now. Just really have a good heart to heart with them. I feel like it'll go well. And I even feel like he might sob at one point. To Tane son say, I feel like you're going to make some headway in like 2-3 months even. I feel like something big might happen within 2 months in our world that's going to really, that would be October. So, there's going to be an opportunity for your brother to get involved with something that really inspires him. I don't know what he's into or anything, but it kind of feels like something exciting happens and he knows that that's his opportunity. So maybe have the talk with him now to kind of prep him, so that when the opportunity crosses in front of him, he'll recognize it and say, you know what, this is it. This is the moment. I got to jump on this and let my parents go, in a place to stay. Yeah. Yeah. Shishay na pumaan. Take ike pumaan sensei shay. Oh, he can do this. He can totally do this. You just got to get him excited and get him believing in himself. Sean Lakins. I feel like you could even find him a forum for whatever he's addicted to. Find him a group of people who he could talk to that have overcome it themselves, that could really like be there for him and encourage him. Say, you know what, I found this group in your area. They get together and they talk, or they're an online group and they talk about what you're going through, which I can't even imagine. But there's they seem like really great people, and so you might be interested in checking that out. As you go out on your own, maybe you can have this group to go to, that can just be there for you. Tata and Sensei, Shishiin. I just feel like your parents being so relieved when they get to live with you. Hapa Hama Anatains. And I also feel like about the time when they move in, you're going to be getting a bunch of money. So it will take the financial load off as well. Tatainsa Shikin. Hopamaan. I feel like pulling a couple of cards from this deck here. Ready to love again. Huh. I wonder what that's talking about. It says you've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. Socialize or join in. You didn't ask about love, but make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. So that could be confirmation for him. And maybe he's going to find a love in that group too. divine intervention. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. So keep affirming. Thank you, God, so much for taking such great care of my brother. I'm so relieved that we have healthy communication. We've had a really great heart to heart. And he understands that it is best for my parents to live with me. Own your divine power. Replace codependent people pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. So, yeah, just keep affirming everything you want to. Okay, so let's do your general blessing, everybody. And if you guys want to ask a question for next week's Ask Amy Q&A, just go to my website, which is, you could still go to amysatori.com, or you can go to awakenedalliance.org and become a member. And then you can purchase your question there, and you'll get that 25% off your next order as well. So, okay. So drop your shoulders, relax. Whatever you're about to request, I'm going to amplify the energy of it as long as it's within everybody's free will and it's for the good of everybody involved. Hapena shinche laki ina tai he paha against saso pupu maha na shinke ila halapun tai sanse ila shinche heke ila paman. La ke sanse shike ila tsinse ila umaman. Takan shanche ila sanse titien haken epeke shanse ila ana. Hapoho pom pom han ai. Ala shishiki he insan. He la uma. Ana teteike he la kichinche. Hepe he enaan. Those who are over in the chat, thank you so much for being here, you guys. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.